Since you have AI companion on, can I be an AI and make up answers? Can I hallucinate during this?
You're making my life much harder if you if you decide to do that. I recently read something. I think it was like a LinkedIn post, and it was someone saying that they've gotten into the habit now of joining every work meeting like 3 minutes early. The AI companion turns on right away automatically. And then the person starts like screaming about how they're on the Titanic and they're sinking and they need to be saved. But then as soon as their first team member joins, they completely calm down as if nothing happened. Then the whole team gets the AI notes and it starts with like Jack is sinking and needs help immediately. So I
That's
haven't tried
wonderful.
that. Okay, well, why don't you start by introducing yourself as if this is our very first conversation? You can leave your last name out, but just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Gabe. I've spent a career in technology, starting working at a giant company, IBM. Left there to come to DC to work at MITRE over by Tyson's Corner, which was a 5,000 person consulting company working on government contracts. Left there to work for a tiny software company that had 13 people when I joined it and maybe 60 when I left. And since about 1992, I've been a freelance technology writer, editor, consultant. And those three words work in any order, depending on what somebody is interested in paying me to do. Sometimes it's writing or editing or consulting, and sometimes it's two of those or three of those in combination.
How do you think you would have defined technology if I asked you that question 50 years ago, and how does that compare to how you would define it today?
50 years ago, I probably would have defined it as very noisy machines called key punches
Uh-huh.
and other very noisy machines called card readers, where card decks got read into room size computers. Now technology has changed to a really amazing extent in that the technology that I have used has gone from those giant room size computers to an Apple Watch that does amazing things. It recognizes voice, it tells time, it controls lights and appliances in the house, it tells me the weather, it keeps me online. I can make and receive phone calls. So it's beyond the science fiction that was imagined with Dick Tracy wristwatches.
Well, when you texted me earlier today that your earlier message was your watch thinking on its own, that was that was a pretty good demonstration of the science fiction we're living in now.
Right. What had happened was that I had looked at your text that you had sent me on my watch, and even though the dictation is very good, sometimes astonishingly good, it still makes occasional mistakes. And so I'm careful after I've dictated something to go back and read it and make sure that it's correct, except when I'm sending to one person, except when I'm sending to a longtime friend and colleague. I will leave the mistranscriptions in the email or the text and let him try to figure out what I meant.
That sounds like a great bonding opportunity. I hope he does the same for you.
Yes.
Um, so about your very recent day-to-day kind of experience, tell me about something small, not counting the Falls Church Farmers Market that has brought you joy recently.
Our new cat named Faith.
Okay. What's her personality like?
I'm going to trick you and explain that she came to us via technology. I'm going to drag us back to technology to explain
Okay.
the connection with faith. Um, my wife's computer screen turned green. Um,
Hmm.
I do software, I don't do hardware. And so I was not about to try to take her computer apart. But one of my colleagues and friends in one of the technology groups who lives in Fredericksburg fixes computers as a favor for just the price of parts. And we drove down to Fredericksburg, dropped off the computer, went out to lunch, came back to pick up the computer, and we were chatting before heading back home. And he has several cats. He rescues cats. And so outside, he has heated cat shelters, he has heated cat water bowls, and he and his wife rescue cats. And he asked us just casually if we wanted another cat. We both said sure. And so that he took us into the room where Faith was, and we met her, and she was very friendly and very sweet. And so it was technology that happily introduced us to that cat.